Hi, hello there. I'm Sin. We are in the Book Nook, and today we're going to talk about my past, present, and future of books. What I've just finished, what I'm in the middle of, and what we're going to get into. So, recently I just finished reading a cozy murder mystery, and recently I can't get enough of these for whatever reason. I can't stop reading them. I keep seeing them at the library, and every time I see one, I pick it up, except for the one that I saw the other day that said like 3 babies and a fudge. That didn't sound very appealing to me, so I skipped over that one. But this one, the one I just read, called The Apple Cider Slaying by Julie Ann Lindsay, honestly was absolutely fantastic. It's cozy, it has delicious recipes at the end. It also has a recipe for how to make your own cider, which I did not know you could do at home if you have a crock pot. So I'm gonna have to try to do that at some point, I think. I need to try to make my own cider. I want to. And then it's just a fun, cozy murder mystery. So you have the two main characters. You have Granny Smith and you have her granddaughter, Winnie. Granny Smith's husband had passed away about 3 years prior. Through her grief and processing that, things just kind of fell through the cracks trying to keep the orchard up and running. But you know, Granny's doing a lot better nowadays, and her granddaughter is trying to help her. She didn't realize how bad it was financially until very recently, so she's trying to come up with some ideas where they can help get the orchard back on its feet, like doing Christmas at the orchard and having people there for miscellaneous events. And also she wants to open up a cider shop so that they can have like a permanent store kind of stand where they can sell apple cider, and they can sell like cakes and pastries and jams and jellies and products that come from the orchard and all that good stuff, just to boost sales and to help keep the orchard going and alive. And so they want to do that. And what they're doing is they're having an event for the Christmas at the orchard. There's a bunch of people there. And so Winnie is at the event and she's working, and then who storms in but obnoxious Nadine Cooper. Everybody hates Nadine Cooper. She's loud, she's a busybody, she won't shut her mouth when she needs to, and her and Granny are like super rival nemesises or something along those lines. And she storms in there and she's like, I want to talk to your Granny, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, Winnie's like, Granny's not here. She just took a bunch of people out on the tractor to show them around the farm. She's not going to be back for a while. And so Nadine is like, I need to talk to her when she gets back, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so also Winnie is trying to get a loan from the bank to open up this cider shop. So she invited out the guy who would possibly give her a loan for this. He comes out. And she's showing them around the farm, and she's going to show them the space where they want to do the cider shop and all this. And she's going to show them the area where like the cider press is. And when they open the door, they find Nadine Cooper dead in the cider press. And thus sets off a whirlwind mystery of who could have done it. They suspect it's Granny, and Winnie's like, my grandmother would never hurt a fly. She did not do this. Yes, they were rivals, but everybody hated Nadine. So, you know, it wasn't her. So she, you know, decides she's got to show everyone that it wasn't her Granny that did this. I loved the characters. I love the story. It's cute. There's a little bit of almost a romance in there. There's an ex that he kind of sucks. There's a couple different red herrings in the story. It's super fantastic. It's cute. It's cozy. Like I said, there are recipes in the back, a bunch of like desserts and stuff, but also how to make your own cider. And if you're looking for like a Christmassy themed book in the coming months, then Apple Cider Slaying is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so currently what I'm in the middle of is The Hitchcock Hotel by Stephanie Roble. And this book is about this guy named Alfred, not Hitchcock, but he opens this hotel that is an Alfred Hitchcock themed hotel. And he decides he's gonna have like his old friends from college, he wants them to all come stay at the hotel. And it seems like something had happened towards their last year of college, but no one's really talking about what it is yet. And I'm not quite sure if this is like he wants revenge on them or if he wants an apology or what he really even wants right now. But everyone shows up, so there's that to start with. Maybe they don't suspect anything. It's really weird, and it seems like it's gonna be spooky and creepy, and I don't know too much So I'm not super far into it. I just got to the part where everyone kind of like arrived at the hotel. It's the first night. The one girl who hadn't been drinking for like 2 months totally just fell off the wagon and got super wasted the first night and had to be carried back to her room. So yeah, I don't really know what's happening so far, but I was immediately pulled into the story. I'm really enjoying it so far, and it is what I'm going to be reading later this evening. So looking forward to that. There will definitely be a standalone review coming, so keep an eye out for that. All right, now let me tell you what I'm gonna get into. This first one I picked up because I liked the cover of it, Smother Moss by Alyssa Allering. And the cover kind of drew me in. I liked it with like the ferns and the bunnies, and it's a face, so I thought that was pretty cool. And let's tell you about it. In 1980s Appalachia, sisters Sheila and Angie couldn't be more different. While their mother works long shifts at the nearby asylum, Sheila cares for their home and keeps to herself, even when enduring relentless bullying. Her fearless younger sister Angie is more focused on fighting imaginary zombies and creating tarot-like cards that seem to have minds of their own. When the brutal murder of 2 female hikers on the nearby Appalachian Trail stuns their small community, the sisters find themselves tangled in a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Angie discovers a ripped, blood-soaked shirt, money Sheila's been stashing away disappears, and a strange man tries to barter with a woman's watch at a local store. As the threat of violence looms larger, the mysterious ancient mountain they live on and their willingness to trust each other might be the only things that can save these sisters from the darkness consuming their home. In turns both terrifying and otherworldly, author Alyssa Allering opens the door to the hidden world of Smother Moss, a mountain that sighs, monsters made of ink, rabbits dead and alive, and ropes that won't come undone. Unsettling, propulsive, and wonderfully atmospheric. I mean, that sounds pretty good. It sounds creepy and atmospheric, and I love that. This next book I'd been hearing about, there's a couple people I follow on BookTube that have talked about this book, and that is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by, I'm very sorry, I do not know how to say this name, Otessa Moshfegh? I don't know. Someone let me know down in the comments how the heck you say this last name. All right, so let me tell you about it. Our narrator has many of the advantages in life on the surface. Young, thin, pretty, a recent Columbia graduate. She lives in an apartment on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, paid for, like the rest of her needs, by her inheritance. But there is a vacuum at the heart of things, and it isn't just the loss of her parents while she was in college, or the miserable way her Wall Street sometimes boyfriend treats her, or her sadomasochistic relationship with her alleged best friend. It's the year 2000 in a city agglitter with wealth and possibility. What could be so terribly wrong? My Year of Rest and Relaxation is a powerful answer to that very question. Through the story of a year spent by a young woman under the influence of a truly mad combination of drugs prescribed to heal people from alienation and existential ennui, Moshfegh shows us how reasonable, even necessary, that alienation sometimes is. Tender and blackly funny, merciless and compassionate, it is a showcase for the gifts and the rewards of one of our major writers working at the height of her powers. And that one sounds absolutely fascinating, and I am also looking forward to reading this one quite a bit. All right, this next one, I liked the title of it, and that is We Need No Wings by Anne Davila Cardinal. There might be flying in it. I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing by the floating woman, and it says we need no wings. So let's tell you about it. To be free, we must learn how to fly. Tara Sanchez has always known who she was. Professor, a wife, a mother, and a friend. But when her husband dies unexpectedly, she finds herself completely broken. Taking a leave from the university, Tara hopes that she can mourn her husband and get back on her feet. But instead, she spends a year consumed by grief, until the day she levitates. Suddenly, their life is thrown into disarray, and the repeated incidents of levitation not only make her question her sanity, but also put her in danger. She decides she will do anything to stop them. So, when she's reminded that her family is related to the renowned levitating mystic Saint Teresa of Avila, she leaves the refuge of her home and travels to Spain, hoping to find answers. But Saints can be elusive, and not all answers are easily found. She'll soon have to decide whether to remain shrouded in her grief or open her heart to a world where we need no wings to fly. And I thought that sounded like it'd be pretty good, so I picked that one up. We need no wings. So I'm looking forward to all of those. Out of those three, it might be a toss-up between Smother Moss and My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I'm gonna go with, I think, maybe the most excited for Smother Moss. That one sounds the coolest to me. We'll see. In the future, there will be more information on these books and my thoughts about the words that were in them. If you are a fan of videos where I talk about multiple books I'm reading or have read, the next video coming up will be about that. So stick around, check it out. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.